In this part of this video, I am going to try to be as transparent as I can without hurting people's feelings or getting fired. And I've even scripted this, and hopefully it will not go off script. Good morning. This week, I'm going to talk about principal burnout, and it may or may not be what you think, so you'll have to stay tuned for that. It is President's Day, Monday President's Day, so we're still off of school. My mom is here, which is so good for my soul. We're going to spend the day with her. Yesterday we went to church, we watched the Daytona 500, we ate, we laid around. It was just a good all-around day. I cleaned up last night. I did my 9 o'clock routine. The house is somewhat organized. I have a ton of laundry to do, but I'm behind in my water, so that's what I have right now. The kids are still asleep too, by the way, but we'll probably, look in the background. My kids are sabotaging my diet plan, get healthy routine, not eating sugar and Krispy Kreme donuts. So they were in trouble for that the other day. When their little debit card notification says Krispy Kreme, you immediately text them and tell them those don't come in the house and those stay in the garage or your car. You can eat them out of your car, but anyway, so today's a chill day, and just kind of the one school thing that I need to do today is my Miller memo, my staff memo, so I need to work on that, and then just get ready for the week. I have meetings Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday this week. I will be at school one full day on Thursday, and I have non-tenured summative evaluations scheduled every 15 minutes that I'm there on Thursday. Have a great weekend. Stay tuned for principal burnout information.
I saw the city passing by my window. Was in the crowd, but I felt so alone. Looked at my phone like every other second. My future was blurry and numb, a tunnel where there's no light. Oh, but then you came and sat right next to me. Your eyes, they glowed and filled me up. We had never met before that time, but I just knew that we'd end up. You took it, you took it, took away my loneliness. Oh, I know it, I know it. You're making me wholehearted. Together, together is always better. I don't want to be parted. You're making me wholehearted. You're making me wholehearted. We jumped off the subway leading nowhere. Your warm hands rubbed off the cold around me. I heard you say that everything is alright, but how did you know how I felt? You saw right through me that day. I was lost in space, but you pulled me down and wiped away those cloudy thoughts. I could see the sky when you were close to me. I can't believe what you brought. You took it, you took it, took away my loneliness. Oh, I know it, I know it. You're making me wholehearted. Together is always better. I don't want to be parted. You're making me wholehearted.
Good morning. Tonight I'm going to talk about principal burnout. Like I mentioned, I am currently not burnout at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday after a 3-day weekend. That's good news. However, here in about an hour, I might be burnout and then not burnout. Anyway, I want to explain that a little bit later, so stay tuned for that. Tonight there's supposed to be bad weather. We may be out of school again. Heaven forbid we go a full week of school in 2022. I think we've had 2 full weeks of school so far. And it's February, I don't even know what today is. February 22nd. Oh, it's 2222, and I won't be in my building to do all those fun, cute activities you guys are doing. We're having Taco Tuesday for sure, so I know teachers are ready for that. I am not in my building 3 out of 4 days this week. Today we have impact teams. If you have been a part of impact teams and you want to comment on your experience and how your school is implementing impact teams, that would be great, and it would probably help a lot of people. Also, if you subscribe to this channel, you'll get notifications when I do videos, and I have actually been able to keep up with videos. I edit them at night, so stay tuned for that. The one that I'm currently editing is my note-taking / bullet journal / principal documentation video. I hope to have that one edited tonight before I record my information and thoughts about principal burnout. Tomorrow I have the Missouri Leadership Development Series workshop. Depending on the weather, we're supposed to check our email at 6 a.m. and see if there is bad weather. We do have impact teams, which means teachers are out of their classroom today, and currently all of our subs are filled, so we can have impact teams. And I think that's it for today, Tuesday, and I will be back with principal burnout information. Okay, so let's talk about principal burnout without getting fired or breaching confidentiality. So let's chat about principal burnout. It's not what you think. For me as a principal burnout comes and goes through the seasons of my life, but I think if you've been in any profession for 28 years, burnout is going to come and go in your life. Like I said in one of my video clips, like at 7 a.m. I was not burnout. Then as soon as I opened an email and read it, boom, burnout, ready to throat punch people. Just one email can do that. Then we're at a teacher training right after that, and like as a proud mama, my teacher says something to do something great, and I'm like, okay, I love my job, I love this, everything. Then I get another email, and then it's like just the trigger of evil. So I think it's email that is probably something that I should just not check. So after many years of this like compounding burnout, not burnout, burnout, not burnout, I think that we can come back. I think that we're resilient and we're savage, but that's going to be my next video. I'm going to talk about how to combat principal burnout in some things that I do and some solutions. Principals are people too, and unfortunately in today's cancel culture and opinions destroying relationships, blame, visualization, the stakes are just so much higher, and you're worried about everything imaginable that could happen. I think that there's 3 things that contribute to principal burnout, and in discussions with other principals and educators just around my area and around the country, we just can't put our finger on it. And what is that thing that is so heavy that is driving teachers and principals and superintendents out of the profession? So I've looked at 3 big things that finally have names. These things have been named. And I have symptoms of all of these, like side effects of medication, things that no one told you would be side effects of being a principal. It's like those prescription commercials that say the common side effects of being a principal are stress, obesity, anxiety, divorce, high blood pressure, swearing, drinking, and late nights away from your children and family, which yes, you're going to spend more time with somebody else's kids probably than your own, and on and on and on. My kids, I don't know why that's the only part of TV commercials they ever hear are all the horrible side effects, but it's kind of funny. I've been researching this, and these are my 3 most common diagnoses for principal burnout. I'm not even a doctor, but I'm elementary. These probably could apply to high school too, but I'm elementary, and so these are kind of what I was thinking. The first one is compassion fatigue. And that's the diminished ability to feel compassion. We are constantly taking on the stress of other people, one tragic heartbreak after another, and not even including our own tragedies. I don't think this one's going to go away because children, teachers, Their families are all dealing with a variety of horrible scenarios, and you feel for them. We got into this profession because we feel for these people, and we feel for them deeply. We're human, and the stuff that people are going through just hurts our heart. So anyway, we get into this because we want to help fix and solve these things, but we get like a mega dose of traumatic issues over the time. The second one is secondary traumatic stress syndrome, and this comes from years of hearing about other people's trauma and living someone else's trauma through the retelling of their stories, what happened. We have sat through countless interviews, events, conferences, listened to horrible things, looked into the eyes of kids and teachers and parents, and not even be able to imagine the things that they have dealt with. What I read about most were social workers that go into the home and take kids out of horrible situations and bad scenarios. So if you know me, you know that I've lived a charmed life until about 2011, and then I had my share of tragic events, but nothing on the scale of what some of other people that I've worked with in my profession have had to experience, and it just doesn't compare. The third one, this is a good one, change fatigue. I look at it as continuous change under the disguise of continuous improvement. It's when change exceeds your capacity to adopt those changes. Which way did they go? Which way did they go? It's like whiplash. We're accelerated schools. Nope, now we're PLC. Nope, we're adaptive schools. Nope, now we're going to do impact teams. Nope, let's do PBIS or IEPs for ADD. It's just constant. We can actually control this one if we choose to by filtering how we put this change into place. I think turnover in leadership creates this. I mean, how many things are you willing to change, and how are you going to prepare your staff for it and frame the change? No one likes change. I mean, there's some people that probably think that's great, but in 5 years, we've had 4 different assistant superintendents for different positions, and that's the way our profession is, and it's just going to come with a new way of doing things, but how we implement that and how we frame that can help. And maybe sometimes it's for the better. Now that there are terms to describe this, we can take a deep breath, realize it's not just us alone, and just those terms and reading about that has helped me tremendously. Our current system is not sustainable. I'm very proud to be where I am in education and continue to see this as a service and helping people, but trying to keep up with everything is hard if you don't have a support system. I hope these videos and my podcasts and other resources help you and bring you laughter or something that you can relate to. Other than retirement, what is the best cure or help for principal burnout? Stay tuned for my next video on some things that you can do. But finding joy in your job, and I've said this before, and I'm not sure if it's in my podcast, but Joe Sanfilippo has written about this in his new book, and I've seen it in motivational videos and books, is just finding the joy in what you do. What of this whole job of being a principal do you enjoy the most, and do more of that, or find ways to do more of that? I hope this helps.
You're making me wholehearted. I will always remember it. How you turned everything around. I will always remember it. How you got me off the bat.